They're off. On the inside, there goes Eagles Buff for the lead. Flying Bold comes away on the inside. So they charge into that first turn. And now from the outside, Broadway Dawn. And Broadway Dawn circles up now, challenging and taking command. Eagles Buff holds in second by 2. Flying Bold right there in third now by 2. Elated Joan followed on the inside by Dream High. 2 lengths back to Lady R. And up front on the inside, Broadway Dawn. But Elated Joan is on a charge, and Elated Joan now to challenge and take command. Dream High now third, now moving into second, followed by Broadway Dawn. Now back to third. On the outside, KB's Rita moving up and following cover. It's 2 lengths back to Eagles Buff. On the outside, Lady Arlene is on the move. A minute flat. Now the race is half over. They drive into that clubhouse turn. Dream High, and Dream High is your new leader with length and a quarter. Elated Joan is right with the leader in second. On the outside of horses, now with a rush, KB's Rita now into third. On the outside of horses, Lady Arlene following cover. Now there's less than a half mile to pace in the race. They curve into the back stretch, and Dream High is your leader on the inside between horses. KB's Rita second, 3 wide. Lady Arlene in third. 1:30 and 4 for the 3/4. And Dream High has the lead into the far turn. On the outside, KB's Rita in second. Followed on the inside, Flying Joel now back to third. Here they come, turning for home. And Dream High has the lead under urging. On the outside of horses, another move by KB's Rita. It's Dream High, KB's Rita. It's Dream High at the wire. KB's Rita close for third. Can raise pacers, and behind the starting gate, here they come. They're off. There goes Little Bird Annie hustling out for the lead. On the far outside, now there goes Lyrical Society moving up. And 3 wide on the outside, Explosive Annie. Now they drive into that first turn. And on the inside, Little Bird Annie is your early pace setter by 2. Lyrical Society in second, now a length and a quarter. Explosive Annie right there in third. A length and a quarter back. HJ's Babe. It's a gap now, 2. Dr. Time down to the outside. Max Hanna, 30 and 2. Now that opening quarter. And your leader is Little Bird Annie. And Little Bird Annie leads the way, but with a rush. Explosive Annie is on a charge now to challenge and take command. Lyrical Society is now back on the inside. Followed on the outside. Max Hanna. There's a Reason is on the move. Also on the move on the outside, Jam F Wannabe. Tucked in Dr. Time as they drive for the half-mile juncture. And Explosive Annie leads the way. 101 and 4. Now they drive into the clubhouse turn. Explosive Annie has the lead. Little Bird Annie is right with the leader in second. Now first over on the outside. Here comes Max Hanna. Now fourth. Now moving third on the outside. Followed on the outside of horses. Here comes There's a Reason. On the move following cover. Tucked in with nowhere to go. Lyrical Society. Now they race up the back stretch. And Explosive Annie leads now a length and 3/4. On the inside, Historical Society. And there goes There's a Reason charging into second. 1:33 and 2 for the 3/4. Into the far turn they race, and 3 wide. Jam F Wannabe is circling horses. Here comes Jam F Wannabe. Here they come, turning for home. Jam F Wannabe is on the far outside. Explosive Annie digs in on the inside, and these two are coming to mid-stretch. Explosive Annie with the lead. Explosive Annie at the wire. They're off. On the inside, it's Steady Babe for the lead. Rosedale Dixie charging through on the inside. Joining that turn by Holly's Good Girl. Now they wheel into that first turn in early position. Steady Babe. It's Steady Babe opening up now by 2.5 lengths. Jolly's Good Girl is right there in second by 3. Rosedale Dixie has range on the leaders in third. 4 lengths back now to Chloe Bow. Another 3 lengths back to Sable Muffler. Followed on the inside by Bob and Robin's Angel. And now to the outside, KB's Sister Sue. Till there was you. 29-2 now for that opening quarter. Here comes Rosedale Dixie, and Rosedale Dixie is up on the outside to challenge Steady Babe for the lead. Followed now a length and a quarter back. Holly's Good Girl is saving ground in third. Another 2 lengths back on the inside to Bob and Robin's Angel. Chloe Bow is on the outside looking for cover, and they're halfway home. 101 flat. Into the clubhouse turn they race, and Steady Babe maintains the lead now a length and a quarter as Rosedale Dixie inches up a closer second. On the inside, Jolly's Good Girl is saving ground in third. Chloe Bow on the outside. Chloe Bow is set to go 3 wide, and now from the back of the pack, KB's Sister Sue is on the move as they race now for that final quarter. There's 3 horses now across the track, 3 quarters on the board. 131 and 4 into the far turn they race. On the inside, Steady Babe. Between horses, Rosedale Dixie. 3 wide, Chloe Bow in third. Followed now by Holly's Good Girl, who is looking for racing room. Here they come now, turning for home. Here comes Rosedale Dixie. Chloe Bow is on the attack on the far outside, and down the stretch they come. Rosedale Dixie on the inside, Steady Babe. Chloe Bow is coming on the inside. It's Steady Babe and Chloe Bow. Those 2 at the wire. In time of the turn. Here they come. They're off. Between horses, there goes Almost Alpo up for the lead. Joined now by Jughead. On the inside, Harvey Stewart. They bank into that first turn, and from the outside, here comes Jughead. And Jughead up to challenge Almost Alpo for the lead. It's Harvey Stewart right with the leaders in third. Ladies Cowboy drops in fourth. It's 2 lengths back to Slugger Hanover, followed by Tornado. King Direct. Holly Hill 8 trails the field. Now they move by the quarter. 29-3 that first quarter. And Jughead is your pace setter now. And Jughead shows the way by 2. Almost Alpo settles in second. On the inside, it's Harvey Stewart right there in third. First over, here comes Ladies Cowboy. And on the outside, Slugger Hanover now moving up with cover. Now to the outside, also moving up, that's King Direct. Approaching the half-mile juncture, and Jughead maintains the lead now a length and a half. Almost Alpo second, halfway home, 1 minute and 3. Into the clubhouse, turning up front. Positions are unchanged with Jughead, your leader. Almost Alpo running his heels in second. On the inside, it's Harvey Stewart right there in third. Followed on the outside, Ladies Cowboy. Now 3 wide. Here comes Slugger Hanover as they curve into the backstretch. And less than a half mile the pace in the race. And up front, Jughead, your leader, but Slugger Hanover, and look at him go. Slugger Hanover with a rush, charging up, now to challenge, and Slugger Hanover takes command. 132 for the 3 quarters around the final turn, and Slugger Hanover opens up the lead now by 4. It's Jughead second, Almost Alpo on the outside, followed by Harvey Stewart. Here they come, and down the stretch they go. It's Slugger Hanover under urging. In the center of the track, Almost Alpo is coming on. It is Slugger Hanover showing the way. All Slugger Hanover tonight. Here they come. They're off. There goes LD's LC on the inside, charging out for the lead. Hey, I'm Alive, moving up on the outside second. Now followed in that turn, Nice and Devilish right there in third. It's 3 lengths back now to Acer's Pacer. Another 2 lengths back. I am in the forecast, followed by K-Tastic, Carolina Courtney, as they straighten away and head for that early quarter. LD's LC is in command. Now they're by the quarter. 29 into LD's LC is your pace setter, a length and a half. On the inside, Nice and Devilish right there in second, but first over, here comes I'm in the forecast. Followed on the outside, here comes K-Tastic now following cover. On the inside, it's Hey, I'm Alive, followed now by Carolina Courtney as they approach the half-mile juncture. And LD's LC maintains that lead, now a length and a half. It's Nice and Devilish, tucked in second. I'm in the forecast first over. On the outside, K-Tastic following cover. A minute and 2, and up front positions are on change. Now they splash into that clubhouse turn. LD's LC draws clear on length. On the outside, I'm in the forecast. Another move at the leader in second. Now from the back of the pack, Carolina Courtney is on a roll. They curve into the box stretch. Here comes I'm in the forecast with a neck in front. On the inside, LD's second. That's Carolina Courtney. 3 wide and third as they drive by 3/4. 130 and 4 into the far turn. I'm in the forecast is your pace setter. On the inside, LD's LC. Now back to second. K-Tastic between horses. Here they coming. Down the stretch they go. I'm in the forecast. Cuts the corner under urging. That's K-Tastic out for the drive. I'm in the forecast has the lead. And it's all I'm in the forecast tonight. They're off. Final explosion out between horses for the lead. There goes Vixen's Treat on the inside. Jake Can't Wait. They drive into that first turn. 3 horses are across the track. And Final Explosion moves between horses on nose and front. Vixen's Treat holds on the inside second. Jake Can't Wait. 3 wide and third. On the inside of horses, Johnny Pesh to go. On the outside, Nuclear Chip looks to drop in. 3 lengths back now. Comiskey King down by that early quarter. 29 and 1 the first quarter. And Final Explosion is your leader. 3 parts of a length. Jake Can't Wait on the attack in second. On the inside, Vixen's Treat saving ground in third as Nuclear Chip joins the leaders on the outside. Followed on the inside of horses by Johnny Peshtigo. Comiskey King moving up on the outside. Followed down on the outside of horses. Hot Rod Cam and Fearsome Foe by the half-mile juncture. Final Explosion, your leader. 58 and 3, the race is half over. And Final Explosion opens up the lead now by 3.5 lengths. Vixen's Treat digs in under mild urging, followed by Johnny Peshtigo. He's tucked in third. On the outside of horses, Jake Can't Wait. Nuclear Chip needs racing room. On the inside, that's Fearsome Foe. Out of the turn and racing up the backstretch. Less than a half mile to pace in the race. And as they drive by 3/4, your leader is Final Explosion. 3/4 on the board. 128 and 3 and Final Explosion around the final turn now. 3 on top. Vixen's Treat is in second. On the outside, Johnny Peshtigo now moving third. Now moving second. Here they come, turning for home. Final Explosion cuts the corner under urging. Johnny Peshtigo is on the outside. Followed on the outside. Here comes Fearsome Foe charging. On the inside, that's Vixen's Treat. There's 2 horses at the wire. Here they come. They're all fan pacing, and there goes Forever Rowan on the inside, hustling out for the lead. Tammy Q. 3 wide middle line. Now between horses. Into the turn they race, and Tammy Q from the outside powers in now to a 2-length lead. Forever Rowan is second by 2 1/4 lengths. On the outside there goes Tambourine Hanover, now ranging up in third, followed on the inside by First Life. Now they straighten away up the backstretch, head for that early quarter. Your leader is Tammy Q, and they're by that first quarter. 29-2. Now with a rush on the outside, Meadowline, and Meadowline now to take command. It's Tammy Q back to second, 2 lengths back. Forever Rowan right there in third. On the inside, Tambourine Hanover, First Life, first over on the outside. Now to the outside of horses. Here comes Fox Valley Charade, Hearts Nina, and Mary Lynn Legacy as they drive by the half-mile juncture. Madeline, your pace setter. 58-4, lively half first half. Into the clubhouse turn, and Madeline maintains the lead. Tammy Q is getting that great trip in second. On the outside, here comes First Life. Now fourth, now third, now moving second. First Life is out after the leader, and First Life with a rush charges up to take command. Now they curve into the back stretch, and First Life is your new leader, opening up on the field by 2, now by 3 lengths. Fox Valley Charade charging into second, 3/4 on the board. 128-3 around the final turn, and First Life is your leader now by 4. Fox Valley Charade is in second. On the outside, Hearts Nina now is coming on. Here they come, turning for home, and First Life has the lead now all by herself. On the outside, Hearts Nina charging into second as they come to the wire. It's First Life with the lead. It's all First Life tonight. Hearts Nina close for third. Here they come. They're off. In the center of the track, there goes Danger Woman out for the lead, but on the inside with a rush, Grandpa's Tabitha charging through, and Grandpa's Tabitha now grabs the early lead with Danger Woman. She now drops in second. It's 2 lengths back. C.K. Susie Ann, another 2 lengths back to Emma T. Hart, followed on the inside of horses by Royal Bell, another 2 lengths back to Fox Valley Jessica, Dynamite Springs, and Fox Valley Hooker by that opening quarter. 29-2 that first quarter. Grandpa's Tabitha is your pace setter, a length and a half. Danger Woman right there in second. Here comes C.K. Susie Ann, first over on the outside. Followed on the outside, here comes Fox Valley Jessica. Emma T. Hart is tucked in as they approach the half-mile juncture, and Grandpa's Tabitha has a nose in front, but C.K. Susie Ann under pressure on the outside and is coming on. 59-1. The race is half over. Into the clubhouse turn, Grandpa's Tabitha is on the inside, but C.K. Susie Ann is alongside a challenging second. It's now 2 lengths back to Danger Woman right there in third. Another 2 to Emma T. Hart, followed on the outside of horses by Royal Bell, Fox Valley Hooker. Out of the turn, now they race up the back stretch. Less than a half mile to pace in the race. Your leader is C.K. Susie Ann, 3/4 on the board. 127-3. Into the far turn they race. C.K. Susie Ann, your leader, Danger Woman, on the attack on the outside second. Here they come now, turning for home. C.K. Susie Ann is under urging. Danger Woman swings out for the drive as Hambone going to the whip. It's C.K. Susie Ann with the lead, and Danger Woman. C.K. Susie Ann, Danger Woman. Pacers in behind the starting gate. Here they come. They're off. In the center of the track, there goes Giddy Up out for the lead. Magenta charging through on the inside. Savannah Slim. Now they dive into that first turn, and from the outside of the rush, Giddy Up is up now to challenge for the lead. But Savannah Slim holds on the inside, and Savannah Slim is your leader, 3 parts of a length. Giddy Up looks to drop in second. That's Argenta. Right there in third, Lake Hills Mimi. Right there in fourth, 2 lengths back. Nicole Summer. It's another 2 lengths back to Sending My Love. Queen Cam. Pretty Hoosier trails the field. 28 and 2. A lively opening quarter as they enter the stretch now for the first time. And Giddy Up is your pace setter, Savannah Slim. She's driving out of second, followed by Argenta. Right with the leaders in third. Now first over on the outside. Here comes Lake Hills Mimi. And further out, Nicole Summer is on the move. 57 and 1. Now the race is half over. On the outside, it's Savannah Slim with a nose in front. Giddy Up holds on the inside. These two are strides apart for the lead. On the outside of horses, Lake Hills Mimi is coming on. On the inside, Argenta needs racing room. Now there's less than a half mile to pace in the race as they race up the back stretch. On the outside, Savannah Slim. On the inside, it's Giddy Up. Noses apart for the lead. 3 lengths back on the outside. Here comes Nicole Summer with another move. 127 for the 3/4. Now they race around that final turn, and your leader up front is Giddy Up, and Giddy Up has a 4-length lead. Here they come, turning for home, and Giddy Up cuts the corner under urging. Argenta tries to come on the inside. That's Sending My Love. Giddy Up with the lead, and Giddy Up is all alone at the wire. They're off. Happy Time Jamboy on the extreme outside, hustling out for the lead. On the inside, Indian Folklore, Roguish Fella. Now they drive into that first turn, and Happy Time Jamboy opens up now a 4-length lead. Indian Folklore is second now, a length and a quarter. Roguish Fella in third at 3 lengths back to Stacy's Orphan. Another 2 to American Bandstand. Now followed by Blast Hanover, followed now by Reg, Sir Ozzy, as they drive by the opening quarter. 29 and 1 the first quarter, and up front it's Happy Time Jamboy 2 on top. Indian Folklore in second by 2. Roguish Fella right with the leaders in third. Now first to pull. Here comes Stacy's Orphan. Here comes American Bandstand. Now moving up with cover as they enter the stretch for the first time and approach the half-mile juncture. Happy Time Jamboy is in charge. 59 and 2. Now the race is half over. Into the clubhouse turn. Happy Time Jamboy, your leader. Indian Folklore right in his heels and second. Stacy's Orphan. First over on the outside, third. American Bandstand following cover. He's set to go 3 wide. Roguish Fella looking for racing room, followed now by Rig and Blast Hanover. Midway up the back stretch, your leader is Happy Time Jamboy. 3/4 on the board. 129 and 3 into the far turn they race. Happy Time Jamboy on the inside. Indian Folklore trying to come on in second, followed on the inside by Roguish Fella. Here they come, turning for home. Happy Time Jamboy has the lead under urging. Indian Folklore is out for the drive. Andy Miller going to the whip. Happy Time Jamboy with the lead. Happy Time Jamboy at the wire. Number 7, Happy Time Jamboy was first. Number 1, Indian Folklore was second. Number 2, Roguish Fella third. Number 5,